Welcome to Thursday's first video. Firstly, Somaliland violent demonstrations are ongoing. Use of tear gas and live ammunition is being reported. At least one protester killed and several injured. Alarming situation in Somaliland, where opposition parties last week announced to protest against Musi Somaliland's president. Internet shutdown. We have details for you from Somaliland. What is happening these minutes in this self-declared country in the Horn of Africa? Second news story is about Safaricom, a telecom company mainly based in Kenya, which bought shares in Ethio Telecom. The company is about to start its operations in Dire Dawa, Ethiopia. Before that, company's recruitment process has become controversial. Some ethnic group members and activists have launched a campaign that this company should be boycotted. Thirdly, GERD. Second turbine of GERD started its operations today. 375 megawatt will be added to national transmission line by the second turbine of GERD. We have some details for you. And lastly, viewers, Eskinder Nega, head of Balderas party, who founded this party, has resigned from the party. As a worker, as a leader, he is no more part of this party. What happened? Why did he resign? What is he going to do now? We'll have a detailed look at this news story. You might not agree with Eskinder's politics, but he has been a very active politician who spoke against ruling elite in Ethiopia. Why is the man saying goodbye to Balderas party, which he founded in 2019? Firstly, your Somaliland, self-declared country, in the grip of a political stalemate for months between Musi the president's Kalmiye party and opposition parties of Abdirrahman Wadani party and UCID of Faisal Ali Warabe. Opposition and government party are at loggerheads about next presidential election due to be held in November. Opposition parties accuse Musi the president, that he is not sincere in conducting presidential election on time in November. He is delaying the process leading to election. He wants extension of his term. Musi denies these allegations. Differences are about registration of new political parties and constitution of electoral commission. More than a month ago, opposition parties held protests. Interior Ministry did not allow the parties to protest, but the parties did protest more than a month ago. Police used force. Opposition politicians were arrested. Protesters were fired at. Some were injured too. Then there were talks between the government and the opposition. The talks failed, and last week, once again, opposition parties UCID and Wadani submitted a letter to Interior Ministry of Somaliland sharing a schedule of demonstrations which was due to be held on the 11th of August, Thursday, across Somaliland. This time, Interior Ministry granted permission that UCID and Wadani can hold protests. An agreement was reached. Some locations were finalized where opposition parties will protest. And hours before the start of these protests on Wednesday night, Somaliland's interior minister leveled serious allegations against Wadani party leader Abdirahman. Interior Minister claimed that Wadani party leader invited a armed militia from Mogadishu. These militia members were invited from Mogadishu to create law and order situation in Thursday's demonstrations, and that security officials had arrested around 10 men armed who are militia members who arrived in Somaliland from Mogadishu to create security incident in Thursday's demonstration. But permission was not cancelled. Then came Thursday. Today, Thursday, this morning, protests started in Hargeysa, in other parts of Somaliland. Abdirahman of Wadani party was seen leading the demonstrations, and suddenly internet was shut down. Now these minutes, I'm recording this video, internet is cut off in most parts of Somaliland. Police reportedly fight, and one casualty is being confirmed among protesters in Hargeisa. According to a hospital in Hargeisa, one dead body has been brought to the hospital. One protester killed, at least 5 injured. Firing of tear gas and live ammunition is being reported by security forces. Tear gas firing is being reported close to the presidency as well. Massive demonstrations, hundreds, if not thousands, are participating in these demonstrations. Question is, why did Somaliland government shut down internet? If opposition parties want to create a law and order situation, government should broadcast these demonstrations live on national TV, so that it could be clear who wants to disrupt smooth law and order situation. But internet has been shut down, and some say that government party supporters have been mobilized as well. If it is confirmed, it could be another escalation. Overall, situation in Somaliland is alarming. In coming hours, these demonstrations could intensify. Reportedly, some opposition leaders have been arrested as well. But since internet is not available, there is internet outage, it's difficult to receive complete information. We'll keep you updated about this key development in Somaliland, self-declared country in the Horn of Africa. Watch these clips from Somaliland showing today's demonstrations. Secondly, about Safaricom, a telecom company which is going to start its telecom operations, its telecom services in Ethiopia this month, is under fire. People, activists are criticizing Safaricom. Safaricom bought shares in Ethio Telecom, a joint venture of Safaricom of Kenya, Vodafone of South Africa, and Sumitomo of Japan bought shares in Ethio Telecom. And this month in Dire Deva, the company is going to launch its services. And then by April next month, in 24 cities of Ethiopia, Safaricom services will be available. But before that, company's recruitment procedure, its recruitment process has become controversial. Several Oromo activists, Oromo journalists, and now Somalis as well are questioning the impartiality of recruitment process of Safaricom. They claim that ethnic Amharas are being given priority when it comes to recruiting by Safaricom. Oromos are being neglected. The company has not addressed this issue so far. And now a campaign is being seen for the boycott of companies' services in Oromia and in the Somali region as well. The company should clarify, is it involved in racial discrimination? Are companies new recruits mostly from ethnic Amhara group? Social media campaign is underway for the boycott of Safaricom, mostly in Oromia and the Somali region of Ethiopia. Thirdly, viewers, Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam GERD, which reportedly completed its third filling, has started operations of its second turbine, not third. GERD's first turbine started producing electricity in February, and first turbine's capacity was 375 megawatts. Reportedly, now second turbine has become operational as well. So 375 more megawatts have been added to national transmission line. GERD has 11 turbines, viewers, and once all 11 turbines start their operations, more than 5,000 megawatts will be generated by Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. And a week ago, Ethiopia signed an agreement with Kenya. Ethiopia will sell electricity to Kenya. 200 megawatt will be sold by Ethiopia to Kenya at a very competitive rate. Ethiopia wants neighboring countries to be dependent on GERD's electricity despite pressure from Sudan, from Egypt, from the US, from EU. Ethiopia did not step back from the fillings. Last year, Ethiopia was under immense pressure. There were apprehensions that a war could start over GERD, that Egypt, Sudan could attack it. EU, US were openly backing Egyptian position, but Ethiopian government did not step back from its stand on GERD. Second filling was completed last year, and reportedly third filling has been completed as well. And after that, second turbine now has become operational. Lastly, viewers, Eskinder Nega, the man I have been criticizing a lot, is saying goodbye to Balderas party. I have been covering almost all political activities of Eskinder Nega since his release from prison in January this year. And I have been criticizing him for his views on some issues. But he was very active politically. What happened? Why did he resign? Eskinder Nega on the 23rd of July last month, wrote a letter to the party. He announced his resignation. He founded this party. Balderas was founded by Eskinder Nega in 2019. Eskinder Nega, an activist, a lawyer, running some NGOs in the past as well, founded this political party, registered political party. He was put in prison after some incidents leading to Hachalo's murder. He remained in prison. Then in January, he was released from prison and he started his political activities. And now he's resigning. Why did he resign? What is he saying? He says that he's been working for transition of the country towards genuine democracy. But now, due to tyrannical pressure, oppression from the government, it is not possible for him to continue his activities as a politician. So that is why he is resigning. Resigning not only as a leader of Balderas, but also as a member of Balderas party. So he is no more part of Balderas party, neither a member nor a leader. And he is asking party leadership, executive committee, that they should now follow deputy president of the party, Amha Danu. Reason, he says, is state oppression, tyrannical pressure from the government. And he is praying for the party to be a national party, and he is all prayers for upcoming General Assembly of the party. And reportedly, the party tried to stop him from leaving the party, but he has made up his mind, and now party has applied for new leadership. So in coming days, we could see announcement of new leadership of the party. Eskinder Nega's views might be extreme on some issues, but he was a genuine voice, genuine opposition voice. In Ethiopia, it's difficult to see genuine opposition leaders. Opposition is part of the government. See what is happening in the Amhara region of Ethiopia, that Nama, which ran as opposition party in last year's election, is now part of the government. Nega's Azima also ran as opposition party in election, now part of the government. In Oromia, opposition parties are not part of the government, but they are not very vocal. Eskinder was very vocal and he was active practically as well. OFC, OLF mostly issue statements. But Eskinder as opposition politician was very active. He was critical of Addis Ababa mayor, Addis Ababa government, Ethiopian federal government. And he was in the field mostly. I think after his visit to US, things changed. Before his visit to US, he was very active. When he went to US, I think around 2 months ago, after that, government launched an operation in the Amhara region of Ethiopia against Fano. Fano supporters, and Eskinder is a key supporter of Fano. He has held meeting with all top Fano commanders. He's very critical of TPLF, as we know. He returned from the US. Meanwhile, his party's leader, Sintaye Chikol, had been arrested, who is still in detention. Sintaye Chikol has not been released so far, though a court granted him bail, but still he is in custody. After his visit to US, things changed. While he was in the US, he said that it was his dream that, like Sri Lanka, in Ethiopia as well, people should challenge the government, should storm the palaces. He shared a picture from Sri Lanka when people stormed the residential office there. So he was suggesting that similar things should happen in Ethiopia as well. And then we saw pressure upon the party, upon Eskinder Nega, that he was inciting violence, that action could be taken against him. He was trying to incite Sri Lanka style of violence in Ethiopia. He was under pressure, and party had to release a statement that the party was in favor of a democratic, peaceful change. So he was under pressure after his return from the US, and now he's resigning. Question is, will he continue his struggle as a politician in some capacity or not? And we'll have to appreciate Eskinder's political and democratic character. Why? Politicians think that the parties they found are their personal properties. But Eskinder is resigning, he is handing over this party to other leaders. So we should appreciate the political and democratic element in Eskinder's character. Yes, we might not agree with some of his views. He was critical of some factions in Oromia, and he went too close to some groups in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. It was as if he was trying to make his party an opposition party in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. So we criticized him back then when we saw his attempts to form alliance, to have political standing in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. His party was turning into an Amhara party. But no one was expecting that Eskinder would be leaving Balderas so soon. Has his political career come to an end? Well, if he is in Ethiopia, he'll keep on doing something. I don't think this man will sit idle. He resists, he fights. So I personally think that this man will continue his struggle in some other form. We'll update you about Eskinder's activities, but I think it's a loss for Ethiopian politics. Ethiopia needs genuine, staunch opposition voices who can challenge who can challenge ruling elite in Addis Ababa. Thank you for watching.